Two sources this week have reported that Arsenal have really submitted undeniable bid of 60 million euros to Shakhtar Donetsk for the services of the Ukrainian international who goes by the names of Mudryk, and FABRIZIO Romano too has come out and really put in or chipped in something as far as this story is confirmed, and this is what we are going to cover in this second story of the day. Remember, we started off the day with the preview of Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Arsenal, and we came out and told you that we believe Arsenal is going to go ahead and really win this game by 2-0 because Wolverhampton Wanderers is having most of its centre forwards sick, and obviously Podence is going to play as a false number 9. The other player that would have caused lots of damage to Arsenal, Pedro Neto, is out also injured and has been totally ruled out of this encounter of Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Arsenal. Then later, we promised to come back, and we are back with a big bang. Arsenal bid 60 million for Mudryk. He plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. He is like 20 years of age, and this player is really one of those that he's one of the best players in the world at his age. So welcome to Rokani Media Football. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Hit the subscription button and then hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. And obviously, let's get into this now. The first source to report to us that Mudryk to Arsenal might be really nearing completion was Miko Di Natale, and he told us that Arsenal have reportedly offered 60 million euros to Shakhtar Donetsk for Mudryk. Reports Mudryk 92. He is known as Miko Di Natale. He was the first journalist to come out and really report this story. Then after him, guess who came up next? This one is somehow reputable, and he has gotten some transfers right. He goes by the names of Calicio Mercato. Reports on Arsenal and Mudryk. He told us that the Gunners have been working for months on the purchase of Mudryk, and now the negotiation could enter the decisive phase. The figure is around 60 million euros or 52 million pounds, not too far from the assessment Donetsk has made. So it looks like Arsenal are really looking at Mudryk. I told you yesterday in the video I did when I was really telling you how Zinchenko has recommended this player to Mikel Arteta, that it's good to be having players at the same quality wavelength. Look at Man City. Foden, Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez. All of those can play well onto the right attacking side of the midfield for a team which goes by the names of Man City. When you go to the left, I think that's where they are a little bit weak, because they're only having Jack Grealish, who has not yet filled up in the for you. But I believe when you look at other positions, central defensive midfield, you have Calvin Phillips, you have Rodri, and even if Rodri is away, you can bring in a player called Gundogan Ika, because when both were injured, he's the one who came in through and really played very well. Remember that game where they beat Manchester United, or they beat us by 6-3. Who was playing as a CDM? It was Ika Gundogan. So when you look at the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, I think he's the only player in Man City that has no replacement. Whenever he's out, at least his gap is filled. Look at Haaland. When he's away, they're having Alvaro is called who? Alvarez. So in the central defense, it's really quality only, because they're having 5 quality central defenders. When you look at John Stones, Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake, Laporte, and Akanji, the newly signed. At right back, they're having Kyle Walker and Cancelo. At left back, Cancelo goes there and plays in with another Ukrainian that was just signed on as Sergio. So that's what Arsenal should be having. And I'm backing Arsenal 100% to go on and bring in a player who goes by the names of Mudryk. One will tell me that Rokani, but they're having Martinelli. Trust me, Martinelli is not going to be on his best every game. And if you play him every game without resting him, he's really going to go on and really drop off. That's it. He'll dry out. He'll turn out naked in certain games, and you'll be regretting when you never brought in Mudryk. Entering in into this competitive phase of the league, Arsenal needs to be having more people to create chances and score goals. what is the trademark of Mudryk? It's creating chances, creating goals, and obviously acting well in tight spaces, and lastly, submitting himself a lot to the opponents, and he sits them down, nutmegs them, and takes them off. That means when you're playing a team that is so much compact, you need the likes of Mudryk to come on through and really get you to the levels you want to be. So that is the plan of Mikel Arteta, and it looks like Mikel Arteta is really wanting to sign this player in the names of Mudryk. Now, FABRIZIO Romano has come out and really reacted to these stories that are really bubbling around Emirates, and he has told us that, we've been told by Arsenal Buzz that FABRIZIO Romano reported on November 8th that Arsenal had positive discussions in the summer regarding Shakhtar's Mudryk, but was deemed too expensive. He noted the figure for the winger is in the region of 60 to 65 million euros range, which two publications report Arsenal have officially offered. I've given you Calcio Mercato and Nico have come out and told us that Arsenal have gone ahead to submit that figure. And there is something that is really going up, because FABRIZIO might not want to come out and tell you, please, Arsenal has gone ahead to really do the needful and really made the submission. But obviously, the reason behind that is he is really a very, very, very legit transfer guru or pundit. So what he really does is that he needs to bring out news when it's 100% approved. That's it. Without the approval of that, he can't come out and really give us the needful. So then FABRIZIO continued to let us know that, speaking to sources of Shakhtar, they still have not received any official bid for Mudryk. Many clubs are interested, but still no official bid. Arsenal are still working on it and are still working on it and in contact on players' side. Arsenal are still interested and they want Mudryk. Now, one thing I'm going to compliment about Arsenal and really give them a hail that is well deserved is that they are really being ran as a football club. What does a football club does? You realize your weakness and you find a solution to it early enough. Let me take you back to this summer, the previous summer that Arsenal signed Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, they brought in Marquinhos, they brought in Fabio Vieira, and who else did they bring? They brought Matt Turner. All those players that they brought in were scouted even before we reached March this year. And remember, March this year, we are left with close to 3 months or 4 to enter into the transfer period, meaning that a team that is called Arsenal had already done its business, and it was just waiting to see when the transfer window was really opening up, and they had really discussed with the teams. That's why you saw to it that when they went in for Gabriel Jesus, things went positive. When they went in for Zinchenko, things were positive. Fabio Vieira, the mystery signing of Arsenal for the season, because we are caught off guard. When they went in for Matt Turner, he was already signed in January and he had to report in the summer. When they went in for Marquinhos, he was a player they've been scouting for so long, and obviously we all knew what it was all about. So this deal of Mudryk is like a deal of Gabriel Jesus. They started scouting him on the 20th of March, and that story was really let out by David Austin, and I did it on this channel, though this channel had not yet really gathered lots of viewers, especially as we are viewing it right now. But I really put this story up here, and you guys were in here and you watched it. So right now, a story that Arsenal have come out and really put a bid of 60 million euros as Shakhtar Donetsk has been leaked. Everyone is saying maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but there is a positive that I'm picking out of this. The positive is simple. Arsenal are really doing business early, meaning that they know they only have 31 days of March. Now they have to go in and really get business done. The first part of the business to be done in November and December, such that by the time it clicks 1st January, they can go on and sign a player to come in and really impact the season. Because Arsenal are really going to sign in players who are really going to be beneficiary to the club in the remaining 5 months of the season. That's it. They are not going to sign a player for the future. If at all they are going to sign a player for the future, all to really go on and really and really act or start hitting the ground running next season, they wouldn't have gone into the market. They have to go in the market for the right player whom they believe is going to come and be impactful into their title race against Man City. Reason being, these are the two teams that are really great into this. And so Arsenal having interest and really in contact with the player's agent and the player's side, it shows you how good this is. And Zinchenko, being the same countryman with Mudryk, is really going to act as a booster for this guy to cross to a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Then FABRIZIO Romano continue to let us know that this is why Shakhtar Donetsk want around 65 to 70 million euros for Mudryk. No less than this. The price will be really high. It's known for 50 million or something like that. So it's not easy to sign Mudryk. That's what FABRIZIO is really telling us. And obviously, you'll know that they will need more than 50 million euros because in the summer, they wanted 50 million euros to release this player. And teams were just offering less. And by that time, he had not yet played in the Champions League to really show us what he really has on his foot and so on and so forth. But right now, he has played in the Champions League. He has scored 3 goals and created like 3 assists. Everyone has known the potential of this guy, that he can come up at the world stage or world level, top level football, and really do the same things as been doing into the Rokani league. And he's going the way for Europa League, and I believe Arsenal has everything to go on and really getting this player. Then FABRIZIO told us that there is a chance for Mudryk to leave in January, but it depends on the price, because when I see around 45 to 50 million euros, no, Shakhtar wants way more than this. They consider Mudryk one of the best talents in the world, especially in this position. And I did a story when the sporting director or football director of Shakhtar Donetsk was talking to Di Marzio down in Italy. He told him that this guy is in the levels of Mbappe and Neymar, meaning that he's going to go on and get sold on a record fee. Remember, Shakhtar Donetsk sold Freddie to Manchester United at 50 million pounds. Remember that very well. That was around 2018. Now, I believe if they sold a midfielder like Freddie, whose skill set is not that amazing, to Manchester United that amount of money, what of Mudryk? I believe he's going to go in for more, and that's why they are calling in for 60 million euros or 70 million euros. So that is what FABRIZIO really told us about Mudryk. And lastly, he continued to really put us in the know that in the final weeks of August, many clubs approached Shakhtar Donetsk regarding Mudryk. Arsenal approached Mudryk's agents in August but never made an official bid and never decided to negotiate because they wanted more than 30 to 35 million euros. So, looks like everything is surrounding money. Will Arsenal go on and really get this player? I believe Mikel Arteta wants him badly. Reason being, even if you go in the Premier League to get proven players or finished article players, they're going to call in for 50 million pounds, 60. But look at Pedro Neto, that Mikel Arteta is really a darling of. He is injury prone, and even the game Arsenal is going to play tomorrow with Arsenal, he's out. Even last season, he has been having a bad injury, and it's the knee. So I believe Mikel Arteta would rather risk to go on and bring in Mudryk, because his physicality is not a question. He's good on the ball. His creativity is really approved, and he does track well. His intensity is unmatched. He's one of the best players, especially in the world. And I believe he will be a very good addition for Arsenal to come on and compete into what we call the Premier League. So, Arsenal last season had lots of things to do, but one of the things that Mikel Arteta has improved on since last season is that defense. Even when they're defending with Gabriel Magalhaes and Ben White in the central defense, they really looked watertight. The coming in of Saliba, the Rolls Royce, has also added a lot of steel to that defense of Arsenal, and it's now a rock. Now, what does Arsenal need? Arsenal needs more goals from different people and more people to create goals or create chances for their number 9, Gabriel Jesus. Reason being, Gabriel Jesus makes good runs, but Arsenal players don't really create enough for him. I told people that if he could get close to 4 or 3 chances a match created by the Arsenal players, he would have gone ahead to go on and really win all and really score more goals. He wouldn't have been at 6 goals. That's why at 5 goals in the Premier League. That's why you see that he has more assists than goals. Has close to 6-7 assists this season. So Arsenal players need to go on and really get in more chances for this guy, and obviously you see him scoring. And guess who can come in and really create more? It's Mudryk, because I believe Mudryk is really so much better at really creating chances, and he's not so much selfish. So thank you guys for watching in. I would like to know what you think about Arsenal bidding 60 million euros for Mudryk, and Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and really reacted to the story of Arsenal bidding that amount of money. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Second video of the day. Smash the like button, comment and share. Rokani David is my name, and I'm signing out for now. See you later. I leave you in the holy hands of the Lord to really watch over you and really protect you, because without his protection we can't go anywhere. Obviously, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because we want to hit 8,000 subscribers. We are close to 300 subscribers away from hitting 8,000 subscribers. And guys, let's go on and spread the love and really subscribe to this channel. Ciao, ciao.